Welcome back. You're still watching the Business Enterprise Show. I'm Colgan, and my guest is still David Finlay of the House of Fabric. Just before the break there, we were just talking about how your customer base has changed.
Yes, Colm. When we moved out the road, we were altering ourselves. We could feel a change coming in the market anyhow, because the volume was definitely slowing down on the house buying and people buying to let and that type of thing. So we were gearing ourselves more towards the upper end of the market, the middle to higher end, basically. You know, someone who's revamping their house, or doing up their sitting room, doing up their bedrooms and that type of thing, and wanted a nice product, good advice. And that's what we've set up, and that is going well. But also we do cover the medical and hospitality sectors as well.
Hospitality, I can understand, yes, your hotel. Medical, what?
Medical, we would do the cubicle and collapsible medical rails and curtains, bioactive, flame retardant curtains for in a ward, a 4-bed ward. If you want to work on a patient where you close off a bed, that's the system we would install and put them in for you.
So you have many aspects to the business.
Oh, well, you see.
And one of the aspects you have is, as well as the huge showroom out on the Dublin Road, you also have a smaller retail outlet in Main Street.
Yes. Main Street we call it cut price. Main Street is geared towards the lower end of the market, basically, where we source very good products and try and sell them at a very competitive price. And it's all packaged goods. It's all towels, tea towels, dishcloths, bath mats, bath sets, curtains, blinds and bed linen.
Now you said you did a lot of made-to-measure curtains, and I'm just thinking, when I lived in Dublin, I lived in a housing estate where, well, we were 923, so I assumed there was the guts of 1,000 houses in that estate, and they were all built exactly the same. So the curtains were, whatever, I said about my wife with me tonight, but the curtains in every house would have been the same fit. Obviously up in Cavan, with so many one-off houses, obviously, certainly in its day, and possibly still now, there would have been a huge demand for the made-to-measure curtains.
Oh, there was, and we always did. Back previous 08, we would always done the made-to-measure, but we had a huge ready-made market where we were catering for first-time buyers and for the buy-to-let, because the buy-to-let back then was huge. It was huge.
And of course, going back to the shop in Main Street, whereas the prices would be lower, obviously the margin would be smaller as well, but at least it's turning over cash.
Yes, it's definitely it's more of a challenge than we thought it would be. Footfall and that type of thing at the town is down, but we're working on it and working together with other shops and that, to try and develop the town and develop the footfall back into Cavan and try and get Cavan to keep being a prosperous business town. That's my goal anyhow, and I do believe that this shop will succeed and will go very well.
Yeah.
We only opened it in February, so you've got to give it 12 months.
Absolutely. Now, is it only soft furnishings and home furnishing fabrics that you do, or do you do fabrics for dressmaking?
Don't touch dressmaking. It's all soft furnishings, window dressing fabrics.
Now, going back to the made-to-measure curtains, are they literally handmade, or...?
Yes, we have 2 ladies employed upstairs, direct in our own workroom out the Dublin Road, and they make the curtains for us up there. We have full machinery and all that for making. And
is that
it's a bespoke product?
Is it?
Yeah.
And again, I was just looking at your website and you have pictures of them, and going back to my Tom Peters days, you're probably saying who, but that was one of the things a lot of companies used to never have. These are our staff, and they never have any, but you have everybody on your website gets their own picture, including your curtain maker. So that's a nice touch to have anyway.
They're a huge part of our business,
Absolutely,
they produce the product, and if they don't produce it right, we don't have a business. But obviously they do produce it right, and thankfully we have a very good return of customer coming back, and in this day and age, word of mouth is your advertising.
Absolutely. Cheapest one too.
And one good job will sell another.
Exactly. Now, Make to measure curtains. What is the procedure? Does somebody come into you with measurements, or do you?
We offer a free measuring service. We also install them, and if the customer is totally unsure and would like to have an interior designer, we have interior designers on hand that will go out, meet with the customer in our house, go through what she needs, and then come back and put a proposal together for a number of options to see which one she'd like.
What's the kind of the latest way of hanging curtains? In my mother's days, it was the curtain wire across the window. Then it was swish rails, and then it was poles. Have trends changed in that?
Colm, you see, and a lot of the houses, especially down the country here, they are all one-off houses, and no house anymore is the same. Especially, believe it or not, in the last 4 to 5 years. Every house is different. When someone's going to build a house now, they will build it completely different. I've done a number of windows lately where they're apexed, and they could be 14, 15 foot high in the centre, right back down, which we would make curtains for that as well, you know. So back in your mother's day, there was a very limited choice. Nowadays, it's the sky's the limit.
Just what you were saying there, people now are mind building houses and they want kind of the best in it. In a way, have you gotten a bit of a respite from the recession, because people can no longer afford to move house, they can no longer afford to buy a house, so people are want their existing house to look better? And have you gotten a bit of a lift from that?
Colm, being honest, the recession has hit me, and it's hit me tough.
Yeah.
But what we have done is we have just widened our selection, as I say, bringing in the paint, opening Main Street, and basically widened our customer base, because obviously, you know, not every day someone's going to come in and get a house of curtains off you or anything like that, like they used to. So, you know, today you might get a good turn on paint, tomorrow you might get a good turn on wallpaper, the day after you might get blinds, and that's the way it's gone, and that's the way we've had to do it. You know, we've just had to have a huge widening of options.
The internet, do you obviously you would use it maybe to source products and to advertise your product, but do you sell on the internet?
Not direct, but I have sold to people in Limerick, I have sold to people in Cork, and that's all through my website. But they would just see and ring me up and source products off me and buy them.
And you've moved into paint, you've opened up the shop in Main Street. What's the future for House of Fabric? What other products are you looking at?
The future for House of Fabric is to... At the minute, we're keeping our show very tight, minimum staff. Hopefully this country will turn, and I've no doubt that it will, and that because I have a wide range of products out the Dublin Road, they will have to bring more staff on board and get more specialised into... I'm hoping the paint area will grow very, you know, but it's not going to happen today and it's not going to happen tomorrow, but I can see it building all the time, and that's all that matters.
Might there be a name change in the business at some stage, in the same way the Specsavers are now becoming nearly as well known for hearing aids, yet their name is Specsavers. Again, people paint, House of Fabrics possibly mightn't the first name that they think of. And again, if you want to extend your range into more household activities,
I wouldn't like to rule it out.
You'd make a great politician.
But the company name has been there for 31 years. It'll take a lot to change it, but I'm open to anything. And, you know, the times we're in at the minute, it's very hard in that business to have a 5-year plan at the minute, but... I'm aiming to... unfortunately, you have to watch the economy in this business and see what people have to spend.
Absolutely, and I suppose there's no point in spending a couple of grand in rebranding. You know, if it's not going to prove that it gets you a couple of grand in profit, not even a couple of grand in extra sales. You know, you have to get that on it.
You know, but I definitely wouldn't rule it out. I think you always have to be thinking ahead. Every day is never going to be the same, and who knows, maybe there'll be franchises or anything to take. I don't know. I don't know what to, but I'm open to change.
You're based in Cavan Town. Have you much competition in Cavan Town, and B, what area do you service?
Mainly we would service County Cavan, and as far as Dublin. Other side we'd go as far as Sligo, Donegal, Leitrim. But we have gone further. I have been to London to do a job.
And your competition in the area? Do you have much competition in the area?
We have a little.
In the northeast?
Well, we have a bit in the town here, but look at in a town like Cavan, to make it a vibrant business town, you need more than one shop of everything. You need to bring people to a town. You need a selection.
Yeah.
And I'm open to competition like that.
And speaking of competition, as we mentioned earlier, the demise of homemakers. Now, that obviously had two effects on your business when it was there. One, it drew people into the general area, but B, they sold a lot of the products that you sold. Well, I think homemakers sold a lot of products that, in fact, that everybody in the town
Well, they did a
sold,
bit of everybody, but they were a huge attraction. There's no two ways about it, and it's a fabulous store. And you know, it'll be lovely to see in the next few years, please God, if things improve, that it will be taken over again. And open.
You wouldn't be thinking of moving in there yourself and
Colm, I might think about it with the bank manager, but I just think differently.
I just say it must have been a hell of a kick, because almost like dominoes, like you would probably one of the businesses left standing in that entire block.
I know, I have, you know, in fairness, there's a few good lads there, but we have McAdam Kitchens beside us. He's complimentary to me.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be complimentary to him. I have an electrical wholesaler beside me, M&S Electrical. I also have Martin Muldoon, who's into the cars. There's Curves, which is the ladies' fitness and dietitian place. It's very good too. It is a good. We have the Dog Ranch, which is beside us. So there are a few businesses, you know. The only problem, well, it's not a problem, the only obstacle we face in Kilmore Business Park is we have two dormant buildings on the very front of it.
Yeah.
But we will get there, and we will get something into it.
And of course, as we know, we're both members of the Chamber of Commerce, and it is something that the Chamber is actively
definitely
trying to get resolved. But like you said, in these economic times, there are not many people that there are not many places out there that
no, not at the minute. But look at this is a good country. We've a lot of good people in it. A lot of, you know yourself from interviewing, there's a lot of good business people out there who are full of ambition and ready to go and get up and go on them, and that's what we need at the minute. And I have no doubt that the future in Cavan and the future in Ireland is bright, because there's good people here who are willing, who are not going to drag it down, they're going to bring it up with them. And I hope I can be part of them.
And made the business grow with us.
Please God.
You've never been tempted to do anything else. You've been in the family business since you started.
I started my career after I left school to be an auctioneer.
Oh, did you?
I did, yes. I stuck at that for a year, and then I went to train then I left it, and I went to an interior shop, Brian S. Nolan in Dunleary. It'd be a very well known shop in Dunleary.
Still going, is it?
Oh, still going, yeah. And I went to work there for 2 years, and then I came back. So
when were you in the auctioneering? Was that kind of in the boom times?
I was in the auctioneer in 99, 2000.
Like I said, just before auctioneering became
was
the
going well.
handiest job.
It was going well, you know. It was going well. But look, they're like any of the rest of us. They're not getting it easy at the minute either.
Yeah. So we have two shops. You might just look into the camera there and tell them, people of Cavan, where they can go to get good fabric and good economically priced kitchen items as well.
For bespoke in blinds and in curtains and blinds, colour trend paint and wallpaper and interior advice, House of Fabric, Unit 12, Kilmore Business Park, Dublin Road, Cavan. And if you're looking for great quality towel, bedding, curtains, household products at a low price, cut price, Main Street, Cavan. Thank you very much, Colm.
David, thank you very much for your time, and best of luck with the business, the House of Fabrics. So that's it for tonight's programme. I want to thank my guest, David Finlay, of the House of Fabrics, my director, David Van Standing, executive producer, Brian Daly, Charlie on the desk. Thanks for watching. Talk to you next week. So safe home and good luck. Bye-bye.